All right, welcome back to CNC Equipment's YouTube channel. We're back on the old TD25 today. You guys not seen, there's a previous video. I'm going to link it down below in the description. But kind of quick thing on that, we went through, serviced this thing, took a big monster's winch off the back of it, put a weighted hitch back on it here, checked it out and all that good stuff. So we've got a little job plan for it. It's pushing some dirt at a pond. So we're going to get this thing loaded up, take it over there. We have no idea how the components are. We've run around here a few times, but we've never had this thing in the dirt. So this was an ex power line tractor, so it's a pretty clean old tractor. It's got the KT19 Cummins in it, but we're gonna get her loaded up, see if everything works. She runs cool and all that good stuff. So you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, it's snowing.
It's like a NASCAR pit crew. You got to flag them in.
I'm ready for it.
I got the jack.
Okay, yeah.
One pump. Ah, partly cloudy again. Why does the earth shake whenever this thing drives around? Oh, look at that cute little scraper thingy. Whoa, boy, it's coming in hot. Hey, it's Friday. They said Friday at lunchtime. We ain't messing around.
Boys are getting it. I bet they
They ain't gonna miss lunch on Friday, that's for sure.
On national television.
Hey, let's go! Oh, I can't see for the sun, eh? Where is that thing? There it is. This is called sausage cam. Sand it. Sand it. Ah. Sand it harder. Yeah. Hook him up, Chuck. That's a faded flag, bub. Hi, Bub. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Super trucker.
That's right. I see you're putting some flags out.
And order my permits for me.
Okay. All right.
I'll text you when they come in. That's fine, you're unloading.
So we're going to be using some speed binders. Gotcha.
All right, so I got a couple hours on this machine, and I don't know if you guys could see in the video, but we sprung a leak out the transmission oil cooler. So took it out here this morning. I don't think I'm gonna try to fix it. There's new ones on the internet for a couple $1,000 or so. So we're gonna do the right thing. This tractor seems like it's really strong, a good tractor, so I don't want to patch up that oil cooler. We're just gonna take it out, get a new one ordered, and then we'll be back. But yeah, she is a strong pusher so far, so it's definitely worthwhile putting some money into.
Open it.
You go on up. Hang on a second. Alright guys, a new intercooler, and this comes from Icebox. I'm not sponsored by them. They got their name upside down. And did have to do a little modifying on the holes. Had to elongate them a little bit to fit over there, but all in all it bolted up. So I'm going to show you guys a trick. This is a 2-inch fitting right here, number 20. Takes a 2-inch wrench, and you guys can see I need to tighten that, jam that up. So I'm going to cheat since I don't have all my big fancy tools here with me. Use the air hammer and tighten that up a little bit. Works good for the tight areas, kind of a quick and dirty, cheap fix. Dad took off to go get a piece of hose to protect this. I don't like the way this is touching there, so we're gonna get that protected and put this thing back together.
I like my seat.
And what are you doing over here?
I'm spectating.
So, Grandpa run the dozer for about 1.5 hours this morning. I come over here, he's just pushing the dirt, not paying attention, and we're still spraying oil out the front. After I just spent $3,000 on a brand new oil cooler. That was not the problem. I had a, I guess a brain fart, you should say. Didn't pay attention close enough.
It helps the dirt roll over.
Anyway, yeah, he's just dozing away. Well, you can see on the back of the blade. Anyway, I screwed up those 2 big 1.25 inch lines that go up here. One of them had a tiny pinhole and it was spraying straight into the oil cooler. When I looked at it, I assumed it was spraying straight out of the oil cooler into the hose.
Wrong way.
Usually you don't see a tiny pinhole in a hose. Usually when they blow, they just blow, right? Or gushing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, didn't need an oil cooler. Got one anyway. Grandpa went to town. We're going to replace both the oil cooler lines. I didn't show this on camera because it was hot and I was like over it, and you guys watch plenty of mechanicing videos. Weird thing was, that one line that was leaking, it was split all the way down the inside, wasn't it? I'd never seen the whole length of it. The hose was split on both sides, horizontally equal across from each other. Kind of weird, so I don't know. Anyway, we're going to be proactive. Those are both the oil cooler lines. They go way back to the transmission back here, so we're going to put those back on. Like, we get this thing running and pushing dirt again, I'll bring you guys back in. So like I said, if you want to watch mechanic videos, go watch our other 500 videos we got posted online. So, and poor Hunter, tomorrow you get to go back to school, don't you?
I'd rather be doing that, to be honest, since out here in the sun and heat.
Well, it's shady right now. If Grandpa hurries up.
I got lucky.
It is hot out, humid. Well, yeah, one of them's a pain. It's up through a little hole underneath. Luckily, I don't think we have to drop the belly beam, so cross our fingers that we're rolling dirt here in a little bit.
Big old poplar tree, hollow and lightning split and everything else. There's nothing really good on it. Probably end up taking it out anyway. Nothing to do. Why it's ever been cut. It's been hollow and lightning split for many years since I've been out here.
Probably hit a root or two anyways.
Well, yeah, I figured we'd take it out. Well, that's closer. It's way faster than that John Deere comes across the line. It needs those winches for weight on the back of it, or a ripper. It's got more power and it's got traction.
good, so we're gonna keep on pushing. Didn't want to fill the thing plumb full of fuel. We gotta make sure it's all right first, but run it for a couple hours, pushing it hard, all seems good. I got a couple little things, got a little leak here, a couple little things fixed, but we can do those in the shop. All right, keep on shoving dirt. give you guys a little bit of information here. I get a lot of comments about operating dozers and stuff like that every time I do these kind of videos. So I'm gonna walk through a few things of that, but didn't really explain what we're doing. We are building a lake, but you've seen we had a key dug out that actually beat a bunch of rock out. So what you gotta do, we're in kind of rock country, you gotta beat all that rock out till all the seams are gone in that rock. That way water can't go through the seams and go around. So put good clay in there, just putting a band in the middle. You've probably seen us shoving rocks and this chunkier dirt on the front and on the back. So this pond's not gonna be real big, but believe it or not, we started running that dozer a little after 1 o'clock today, and we worked to almost 5 o'clock. So 3.5, 4 hours at the most. We did raise this up, a little over 10 feet or so, probably 10 or 12 foot. So I know it's kind of hard to see these things on camera, but that dozer moved a bunch of dirt in a short amount of time. I can't stress enough how powerful these things are. So give you a little better view, but unfortunately I got to go back to the shop. It's actually a little later on here tonight. So it was hot today. It's like 93 degrees. Humidity is probably 80-90%, but kind of crazy warm. So I'm gonna go over a few things on this dozer. So first off, you heard me call these things cat killers. You guys know I work on quite a bit of different equipment, but I always work on stuff that I like and feels like a good product. There's the 555G. You guys know, love the G series dozers. John Deere, it's probably the best series tractor ever made. The 450 to 650 dozers and the 455s and 555s. But that G series machine's very durable, easy to work on. 850J John Deere's is another one you work on, or you see us work on. So those are excellent tractors also. And this is another one right here. We've had a few of these over the years. The TD25G, you guys have seen us work on this channel too. So don't know a little bit of background of me. I actually grew up in the excavating business. Dad's kind of retired now, but I actually run equipment, believe it or not, for like 20 years before started doing buying and selling military trucks and then equipment. So that's how I grew up around this stuff. This is a 1993 PC200 LC5 that my dad bought brand new. I would have been about 12 years old at the time, 12 or 13. This thing is all original paint. Kind of see how we take care of stuff, but it's got around 9,000 hours on it. But of course, he's retired now, but it's pretty clean for a 31-year-old machine. So you don't see him like that every day. Anyway, back on the dozer. I know you guys seen, you've probably seen one of my first videos actually was a John Deere 1050K. This falls in that D8 weight class. This machine's like 72,000 pounds without a ripper or anything on it. So this one is 330 horse, has that KT19 Cummins in it. So very comparable to modern D8s, 1050K John Deere's. So I've ran a 1050K. That's a new modern John Deere equivalent to this. This tractor right here will outwork it quite a bit. Now this one's not as nice. It's been hot today. It doesn't have a nice cool cab. It doesn't have joystick steering and all that stuff, but this will outwork any brand new Caterpillar, John Deere, whatever you want to throw against it. So not been on the newer Komatsus, but I would probably guess it will outwork it too. These things are super quick on the ground. That motor is way oversized for the dozer, so it's actually derated in horsepower, which gives it gobs of torque. You got 19 liters. Normally a dozer that size, you'd probably see a 12 to 14 liter engine. So that makes up for a lot of it. This design, a lot of this stuff has been around for many, many years. So you guys don't know the heritage on this stuff. This is actually pretty much an International Harvester built machine. They sold out to a company called Dresser in 83, 84. Dresser run up to about 92, then Komatsu joined partnership with them. So they did that till about 2001 or so. But now you might see the name Dresta on the newer machines. But anyway, this is pretty much all International Harvester lineage. Good stuff here. So go over the tractor a little bit. See that side cover off? We had a leak. Just want to make sure that was all good. Like I said, we got a good 4 or 5 hours of running this thing under its belt, so pretty much got everything fixed. Got one little leak up on top of the tank. We're going to fix that in the shop later. I do have an intake leak over there. I noticed when we was putting those oil cooler lines on, I seen a gasket hanging out a little bit over here. So we're missing a bolt up here. Got a gasket hanging out. So it is losing a little bit of boost. Still got way too much power for what it is right now, but we get it back in the shop. Being that's boost blown in there, I don't think any dirt's getting in it, hopefully. So we'll fix that. A couple leaks, little stuff. And you guys notice this blade's pretty loose. This is all tied up in here, but we may do some line boring here. We've got that new machine coming, so we may do all that here later on if we get time. So I'll climb on up here, show you guys kind of what's going on with these. So you see we got two pedals down here. You probably see me depressing that pedal there. So most all your dozers, other than some older cases and stuff like that, have what they call a decelerator pedal. So what that means is basically your motor on any kind of equipment is running wide open all the time. So this is your throttle here, that's running wide open. When you hit that there, it's going to decel the engine. So right now it's running wide open, not decel. So I always like to decel when I change directions, and you may see me bumping a little bit when I was changing gears too. So these TD25s are pretty unique. The 15s and some of the 20s and the TD40s all have this, but they have what they call 2-speed steering. So what that means is these tractors are way ahead of the time. They come out with this in I think late 60s, early 70s, but on the bigger tractors like this, it's awesome. So these things will walk circles around the old Caterpillars and stuff. A regular conventional dozer will just have a transmission with a steering clutch and a brake. So what that means, when you pull back on this lever, it would put the track in neutral, the first stage of it, and then if you pulled on back, it would apply the brake. So when you go back to neutral, say you're turning right, you're taking that power off that track there. So you only have power on one track right now. And then you apply the brake, and of course that's pulling the motor down some too, and all that, because power is in a differential and it's shifting to that side. So what International did, they have what they call planetary steering. Case even used this on some of their stuff. So this has what they call 2-speed steering. So if you push these levers all the way forward, is the way I run them most of the time. You've probably seen that. You can pull one back. That's going to lock, say I leave that left one forward, I'll pull this right one back one notch. That's going to kick that track into low. So most of the time I'm shoving it in second. You pull that one back, that's going to lock that track in second low. This one's in second high. So it's going to be able to make a power turn. So you've got power on both tracks that way. You're not pulling a clutch or brake in. Now if you want to make a pivot turn, yeah, you've got your clutch there, pull on back to your brake. If you want to use it like a conventional tractor, same way. Here you can, do the 2-speed. So we've got a 3-speed transmission, 1, 2, 3. So if you guys are following me, we've got high and low here, so it actually gives us 6 ranges forward and backwards. So we're in first gear there. We got first high, first low, and then these are steering clutches and brakes. So same thing, second, low, and high. So but always work with both the levers forward and high, and you want to drop down, make a turn to the right, just pop that one back, or vice versa the other way. So pretty slick deal. You got full power on both tracks that way. This pedal over here is just simply a brake pedal. I don't really use that too much. I just wait till the tractor comes to a stop, change directions, all that. So got a blade here. This is what they call a 4-way blade, up and down. This tilts your blade left or right. Had a lot of comments on the last video when we line bored that TD25 that we fixed up in the wintertime, how this blade worked with only one cylinder. So everybody thinks it needs 2 cylinders. Well, if it had 2 cylinders, we could control the pitch. You might see it on some of the bigger dozers. Actually, that John Deere 1050K, I had it, but usually don't see it till like D9s, 10s, and 11s, stuff like that. But you can control your pitch of your dozer blade. The more you lay it back, the less likely it is to suck into soft ground. You got real hard ground, it won't go in, you roll that blade forward. So a lot of the big dozers will have what they call a carry dozer. You get your load. Once you get your load picked, saying you're in a big D11, you get your load on your blade, you can roll that thing back and kind of skid it. It's called a carry dozer, kind of skidding out across the thing. So when you lay that back, you can hold a little bit more dirt. It's going to keep you from sucking in and go to where you need to go with it. But back to this. So this side's fixed rigid over here. It can't move. So we've got a cylinder here. It's pushing out and in on that. So if you think about that, when that's pushing out, that's going to make that blade tilt down. When you suck it back in, it's going to make that blade tilt down this way. So it's very simple. There's a little bit of joints there that move a little bit, so you got the balls back here where it pivots on, but it's a very simple, it's what they call a 4-way dozer blade. The smaller tractors you've probably seen have what they call a 6-way blade. Basically, it's got the angle function built in it too. So hopefully that answers a lot of questions I get. There's this big ball where that arm can pivot when that cylinder goes in and out when you're tilting things. So here's a different look at it, but when that goes out, that forces that blade down. When that sucks in, forces it down this way and tilts it. So but that's about it on this. I'm gonna check back in. Say I can't help tomorrow. We gotta get back to the shop and get some work done. I think Dad's gonna keep on rocking over here. Keep on packing it in with the dozer. You kind of notice he's using a little high lift here, packing in with the tracks to do really good, especially getting those rock ledges and stuff like that. He'll probably end up using this dozer and packing the rest of it in. So we got good red clay here. Last video that I done, well, not last one, it's been a few back. We did that camouflage 450G out of the military. I had like 300 hours. A lot of people were commenting about the pedals. I did put a shot of me running it. So same thing over here. We got a D-cell pedal over there. It's got the little turtle in it. That means slow down, steering brakes left and right. So this has a regular conventional transmission with the steering brake and a clutch. So you want to turn left, you push that pedal down part way, it kicks it neutral. You want to do a pivot turn to push it on down. So I usually decel with my right foot and use my left foot to steer on these. So this is our own personal tractor. It's only got like 1,200 or so hours on it. I bought it out of a government deal. We did put a winch and stuff on it, so very handy farm machine. But that is it. We'll check back in tomorrow afternoon and see how much Dad's got done. Hopefully the old dozer stays together. So very solid machine. It was running up towards the hot on the coolant, but never got over. It's running at the edge of the red. But keep in mind it was like 93 degrees today. So, and I was shoving that thing pretty hard. So we're pushing about 400 feet far back as you can go back here. So if you had it would take 3 850J John Deeres or whatever D6s to keep up with that machine as far as you're pushing. So everybody complains, yeah, this thing burns 15 gallons of fuel an hour, but it's doing the work of 3 machines and you got 1 operator. So burning 15 gallons of fuel, if you had 3 850s there, if you're pushing them hard, you're going to burn 8 to 10 gallons a piece an hour. So there you go. You've got, 25, 30 gallons of fuel. This is doing about half that much fuel, and you've got 1 operator you're paying. So now if the push is a little closer, say you're a couple hundred feet or less, you can probably stay up with this machine, maybe with 2 850s, something like that. So, but in any type of situation, it takes at least 2, if not 3 D6 size machines to stay up with that. So hopefully that makes a little sense. I get a lot of questions on stuff like that, and it's hard for me to go through all the comments and answer them. The same thing is kind of drawn out, so I try not to do a lot of talking in these kind of videos. But stay tuned here. We should have a couple more clips here at the end of the day tomorrow, and we'll see how much he gets done here. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you here in a little bit. Well, unfortunately I've been at the shop all day. Dad got another day of pushing dirt, and I guess he's all done. You guys can see the top of the dam over there. The old tractor did well, he said, so pretty impressive how much dirt you can move in a short amount of time. So part of the blade even shiny. Go over and check the dam out. He just got it roughed in, still got to do some finish grading. Looks like he's got his grade marks on there. That one says 0. Need 2 inches there in the middle. He's got another one here, so he shot grade on it, but gotta get it all slicked up, dressed up, and but yeah, nice wide dam. It's already holding water, looking good. Show you this cut up here where we got the dirt from. There was no dirt up there. It's pretty much all rock, so made a borrow pit up here. About a probably 7-foot cut right there, so notch through there. That old tree's dead. It's hollow. Well, it's not dead yet, but it probably will be. It's dead and hollow and lightning struck. It's not any good. So, but he's got topsoil back here to put back on things, and all should be looking good. So have a nice little farm pond. believe he's going to use some rocks for a spillway outlet structure type thing, so that'll be pretty cool. So see you next time. And we should have another video coming out whenever we get caught back up. We're going to do a little bit of line boring, gotta replace the intake gasket, do a couple other things. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on all that goodness.